ladies and gentlemen, and the trading session has begun just a couple of days before Christmas, and we're up 21 points in the very early going. Any advance on that? Oh, 26 points. Okay. Ashley Webster is with me. Liz McDonald, too. Todd Horwitz in Chicago, and D.R. Barton coming right here in New York City. Okay, we're closer to 16,000 than 18,000. D.R., what happened? Explain yourself.
We've talked about this a bunch, Stuart. It's the battle of the haves and the have-nots. We've got a few strong stocks that have been pulling us up and so many more that have been pulling us down. And finally, those smaller stocks, they're not the Amazons, they're not the Googles, they're not the Facebooks that are underperforming, are bringing the market down. The lack of broad participation is what's killing us, along with oil.
You strip out the energy stocks and it might have hit it.
And to nitpick, we're only 700 points from 18,000, 1,300 points from 16,000. I'm just saying, glass half full.
No, it's the 16 handle that you're talking about. If we go to 16,999. Thank you.
Again. You got a buzzer?
You got buzz for handle. I like your trader speak, Stuart. I do.
Thank you very much indeed. Todd, come in, please. What happened? Why are we not at 8? What's that?
What's that?
Darth Vader, baby.
Did you see the movie? Did you go to the movie?
I've never seen one ever, but I am Darth Vader on air, so I've never gone to one, and that's my only investment in a Darth Vader product. But
it's a good look.
Good morning.
So why are we not at 18,000 today?
Well, because it doesn't appear that we're going to go there. You know, the markets are very weak.
What is this? Because it doesn't appear we're going to go there? What kind of analysis is that, Todd?
Well, I mean, listen, we've got no growth. We've got lousy jobs. We've got 75% of the S&P index already starting to correct. Other than the FANG stocks, if you like to talk about, nothing else is doing any well. So where do we think we're going to get enough energy? And there's a greater chance that we can go down to 1,300 than we can go up to 600.
Okay, look, if you just look at the big tech stocks, that's what this market has been all about for the entire year 2015.
However, if you take them out, what does it look like then? Not so good.
Not good at all.
Actually, it's consumer discretionary in staples.
Give her the buzzer.
No, in healthcare.
Give her the buzzer.
No, those are the sectors that are up.
Consumer discretionary stocks?
You talk about it all the time. It's McDonald's. It's the things that people spend money on.
You can't take the buzzer back.
Use that. You can't take the buzzer back. You just can't do that.
Oh, you guys are unbelievable anyway.
We are. Now, take a look at the price of oil. Still pretty close to a 7-year low. Remember, it went down to 33 and change. Now it's 35 and change. And by the way, gas, I'm sorry to say this, it went up overnight from $1.99 national average to $2 even. Come on back in again, Todd. I want a better explanation as to what's going on with the oil market. Because we all thought, a lot of people thought it would be $30 a barrel or less. What happened?
Well, I think that oil is probably found somewhere near a bottom here. I think one of the things you really want to look at when you're looking at the oil space in general, if you go out a year from now and look at where oil futures are priced, they're at 15 to 20% higher than they are today. So at some point here, we're going to find a bottom, and it may be at 30. It could get down there, but I think if you're going to play this space, you're much better off being a buyer than a seller, and which is why I'm a buyer of energy down here, because I think the value is in here, and we're going to have a need for oil. And if the economy is ever going to get better, then there will also be a bigger demand for oil as well.
That would be very important. If we are close to a bottom, and if the market perceives that we're close to a bottom in oil, then you'll have a nice rally on the stock market. Would you agree with that, DR?
I would agree. If we find that bottom, I think Todd's a little braver than I right here, though, because, our supply year over year, if you look at year over year, and the EIA puts out weekly numbers, we're higher right now than we were last year in the U.S., despite all the loss of drillers, despite everything else. We're getting better and better at getting that stuff out of the ground.
That is true. Now, individual stocks that are in the news. Start with Chipotle. It is tied to another E. coli outbreak in 3 states. The stock hit a 52-week low yesterday. It's down 19 points now. Give me the story, Ash.
Groundhog Day, isn't it? There's 5 new cases in North Dakota, Oklahoma, and Kansas. CDC is looking into it. E. coli. It's a different strain than the one at the end of October. There are 53 cases there. Chipotle saying, look, we are absolutely revising all of our operating procedures. We will have the safest restaurant out there. It lost 3.5% yesterday. The stock down again.
And look at it go down now.
Today.
This is from the farm to burrito. I mean, do they wash the vegetables in the restaurant when they get them out of the package? That's the answer that we need to hear from Chipotle. They're not being definitive about where the problem is. This is a brand. It's going to be a brand reputation issue now. That stock is down 29% from its high.
You got that right. Look at Disney, please. This stock is not all about Star Wars. You might think it is, but it's not. Disney is actually having trouble with ESPN. That's why it's down from its highs. What is the story with ESPN?
Well, you talk about ESPN. Put it this way. In the last 2 years, ESPN has lost an estimated 7 million subscribers. That works out to about $650 million in fees. And this is their biggest profit generator. 45% of all their revenue comes from this particular part of their operation.
This is cord cutting, isn't it? This is people cutting the cord.
Cutting the cord and...
Okay, what do you got?
I've got a real quick one, because what's happening is they've lost all this subscriber base, but their revenues are up year over year, Stuart, while they've been losing these people. The cord cutters are sticking around for only one reason.
It's not just
live sports, and ESPN has them.
It's not just cord cutters.
They get 6 times more revenue per viewer than any other cable person.
Well, they've got to fix the problem.
It's more than that. It's
There's
also
a lot of competition
you can get sports
That's
from
true,
CBS, from NBC.
Yeah.
From,
hey, Todd, you just made that point that Liz is making. There's a lot of competition in that space.
You've got NBC, Fox, you've got CBS. They've all got their own sports channels now. So not only do you have regional sports channels through Comcast, but you've got all these others. So each person takes a couple of people away. It takes it away. That's why there's a problem. And plus, their talent is way too high paid now. 7 million. Did you just say talent is too highly paid?
What?
You're on dangerous ground.
Who said that?
Right, how about Facebook?
Don't buzz me. No.
That won't buzz you. Here's the Facebook story. Anyone who has a verified official page can live stream.
That's exactly right.
Explain why this is a big deal.
Well, it's huge because it gives, companies, brands an opportunity to live stream through a special app, the Mentions app. I know it sounds all complicated. It isn't as complicated as it sounds, but it can reach all those Facebook users. You can sign up for this thing. It can live stream events. It could live stream whatever it wants. But the ad revenue potential for something like this for Facebook is huge.
So if I run a business and I'm a verified page on Facebook with my business, I can live stream to everybody who wants to watch me live streaming my business right there. That's a big deal.
It is
105 on Facebook right now. All right, here's the story Liz McDonald's been waiting for. That is,
I love it.
McDonald's has started testing mac and cheese at some locations in America. I'm not coming to you yet. Nicole, the story, please, on the floor of the exchange.
Right, so the stock is down about 0.1% at 117 and change. It's a great performer for the year, but this is about you need more cheese with your cheese. I don't know, mac and cheese. They're trying to figure out what people want. You know, they're doing all-day breakfast. Mac and cheese can go with the Happy Meal. You can get it a la carte. It's 190 calories, equivalent to about 4 chicken nuggets. And they're trying this out, and it's for a limited time. You remember we talked about the McRib that comes and goes. This is the premise of how they're setting this one up. And they're certainly rocking it with all-day breakfast.
Nice research there. 190 calories for McDonald's mac and cheese, the same as 4 chicken nuggets. Now, I'm going to live with that in my head for a long time to come. Liz, why are you looking at me like that?
No, I'm saying what a time to be alive. Finally, mac and cheese at McDonald's. They found it possibly being tested in Cleveland, Ohio. So it may be rolled out with Happy Meals nationwide. Mac and cheese with the children's Happy Meals.
Kids will love it.
Yeah, but the
Eat mac and cheese is what I say.
That's right.
Your favorite comfort food.
I got another one for you. Ford and Google. Reportedly, they're going to build self-driving cars together. Getting together on self-driving cars. Very interesting, Liz.
Yeah, you may see an announcement within the first 2 weeks of January at the Consumer Electronics Show. Ford and Google partnering up to do driverless cars. Basically Uber without the driver, or taxis without the driver. And they figured out a way to do it because Ford can make the cars and Google has the technology. Google doesn't want to spend the money to manufacture it.
How many people can you get in that? It looks like a clown's car.
That's a prototype.
Oh, okay, good. That's not going to show up, is it?
Do you think this will work? Do you think people would want it?
I think it's the way of the future.
Yeah, I think
yes,
it is too.
I do. I do.
I do too.
I mean, I can see the day coming when I can drive from New York City to XYZ, sit in the back, read the paper, do what I've got to do, work if I have to, drink if you want to, for heaven's sake.
They say they want to get rid of the thousands of fatalities on the road. That's their
question.
sell.
In a driverless car situation,
I know what you're going to say.
If you're the passenger,
Liability?
Yeah. Well, liability. Yeah. Can you get drunk?
Probably not.
If you might be asked to, might be called upon to drive that car inebriated.
We can't have open alcohol in public,
no, they
so that's an issue.
Well, can you get drunk and then get into the driverless car?
Sure.
Are you liable at that point for drunk driving rules?
One person would have to be competent in that car.
You're really in the holiday spirit right now.
But we can see where you're going.
We have a small audience in the studio this morning, and there's a lady who's looking at me thinking, what the hell is he on about?
We do that every day.
I'm sorry, man.
One of your biggest fans. One of your biggest fans, Stuart, trust me.
Talk about Star Wars. I'm calling this the battle of the billionaires. Elon Musk versus Jeff Bezos. They have dueling space programs. You're looking at one of them right now. A successful liftoff and landing again in Florida last night. What's the story?
Yeah, the story is this is finally, on the 5th try, Elon Musk has successfully launched a reusable space rocket into space. So Jeff Bezos, though, throwing shade on this, trolling Elon Musk, saying, welcome to the club, in a tweet, because his company, Blue Origins, was first with the successful reusable space rocket in November. So that's the play here.
Two guys fighting over who's got the bigger rocket.
Right.
That's what that is.
You said it, Ash.
Hey, Todd, were you laughing at that in Chicago? I think you were.
I was laughing at that. Listen, that's a great comment. Who's got the bigger rocket? I like that. Great job.
I'm perfectly happy to see a couple of billionaires dueling it out over private space exploration.
Yeah.
My dollars are not involved. This is not NASA or tax dollars. Well, a couple of billionaires spending the money.
SpaceX gets a lot of subsidies.
That's true.
That is true. But I hear
this was a commercial flight, though. They discharged five satellites. Bezos went up on a test flight, so Musk has that going for him.
Oh, that's interesting. Yes. Okay, launched 5 satellites.
Yes,
and then came back down
and
again.
it goes deeper and faster into space. Musk's
exciting.
You learn something every day on this program. You really do. And then there's this, the hospital operator, Tenet Healthcare. Huge pop yesterday after the government said about 6 million people have signed up for Obamacare coverage for next year. Does that mean, 6 million sign-ups for Obamacare? It doesn't seem like a whole hill of beans to me, DR.
This stock popped yesterday because they got a 4-year extension with Aetna, so they're a healthcare provider. They're a series of hospitals. Aetna, the big insurer, extended their contract for 4 years. That's why they got
the government is not being clear about how many of these are renewed people.
Right.
We have to wait for the official numbers January 31st to give the verdict on the success of Obamacare so far.
Okay.
It could be 12 million when they need 32 million uninsured signed up.
Okay, we're 12 minutes into the trading session. Wrapping it up, we have the big board showing a gain of 28 points for the Dow Industrials. We were up 40 or 50, now we're up 29. I'm calling this pretty much a flat opening. You've got to take a look at Nike.